Vivian Jenna Wilson stood amidst the glimmering lights of the gala, her heart pounding as she listened to the speeches echoing the importance of diversity and self-acceptance. Surrounded by friends and influencers, she felt both inspired and out of place. "It's so empowering," murmured her friend, Sarah, glancing at Vivian. "We need to embrace who we truly are." Vivian nodded, her mind racing. "Yeah, but what if who I am isn't what everyone expects?" "Just be yourself," Sarah encouraged, her eyes sparkling with conviction. Vivian felt a twinge of discomfort, a familiar feeling that had lingered for years. The speeches resonated with her, igniting a spark of courage within. Later, in a quiet corner, Vivian confided in Sarah. "I've been feeling so trapped in my own skin. I don't think I'm supposed to be this person anymore." "What do you mean?" Sarah asked, concern etching her features. "I want to transition," Vivian admitted, her voice barely above a whisper. "I want to be seen as a woman." Sarah took a moment, absorbing Vivian's words. "That's a big decision, Viv. But if it's what you want, you have to follow your heart." Feeling a mix of relief and fear, Vivian nodded, her thoughts swirling. Later that night, as she lay in bed, she dialed her father's number, her heart racing. "Dad, I need to talk to you about something important," ela comico, sua voz tremendo. "Sure, sweetheart. What's on your mind?"
Elon Musk respondeu, seu tom curioso, mas cauteloso.
"I've been thinking a lot about my identity. I want to identify as a woman."
O silêncio que se seguiu foi ensurdecedor. Vivian podia quase sentir a tensão na linha. "Vivian", Elon começou, mas as palavras não vieram. Ele ficou paralisado, lutando para processar a revelação da filha.
"Are you okay?" she pressed gently, her heart sinking. Yeah. "Just give me a moment," he finally said, his voice shaky. "Dad, I need you to understand this is who I am," Vivian urged, her voice trembling with emotion. "Of course, I want to understand. I need time too," he replied, his struggle evident. As a wave of uncertainty washed over her, Vivian hung up, her heart heavy with the weight of their conversation. She knew the journey ahead would be fraught with challenges, but deep down, she felt a flicker of hope. Elon Musk faced a storm of criticism on social media after publicly expressing concern for Vivian's mental health following her decision to transition. As he scrolled through the harsh comments, he felt a mix of regret and fear. "Maybe I should have kept quiet," he muttered to himself. Meanwhile, in her room, Vivian read the responses and felt a wave of betrayal wash over her. "How could he say that?" she whispered, tears streaming down her face. Determined to assert her identity, she vowed, "I won't let this break me." When they finally met at home, the air was thick with tension. "Dad, you don't understand," Vivian said, her voice trembling. "I'm not just a headline. I'm your daughter." Elon, struggling to find the right words, replied, "I just want you to be safe, Vivi." "Safe? Or safe according to your standards?" she shot back, hurt evident in her eyes. "I need you to support me, not judge me." Overwhelmed, she turned and left the room, tears falling as she wondered if her father would ever truly understand her journey. Elon sat down, his heart heavy with doubt, questioning if he had made the right decision by speaking out. Vivian joined a local support group, nervous yet hopeful. Surrounded by new friends, she felt an instant connection. As they shared stories, Vivian hesitated before revealing her own. "What if I'm just following a trend?" she wondered aloud. One friend replied, "You're not alone in feeling lost. We're here to explore together." Later, returning home, she stumbled upon an old childhood diary, igniting memories that reminded her of her true self. Elon struggled to connect with Vivian, feeling the weight of unspoken words between them. "Vivian, I just want to understand," he finally stammered, his voice filled with concern. But she turned away, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. Seeking guidance, he visited a therapist. "It's not about me, but about her journey," he admitted, fidgeting nervously in the chair. The therapist nodded, emphasizing the importance of unconditional support. "You need to show her that you accept her, no matter what," they advised. Determined, Elon pondered a thoughtful gesture to express his acceptance. He envisioned a beautiful pendant, symbolizing transformation and love. Yet, doubt crept in. "What if she doesn't want it?" he murmured to himself, feeling the pressure of uncertainty.
Após uma intensa sessão de terapia, Vivian decidiu que precisava de um tempo longe de seu pai. Eu só preciso entender quem eu sou, disse ela, olhando para o chão. Em um retiro de autodescoberta, ela se afastou das expectativas externas. À noite, enquanto refletia, teve um sonho revelador sobre sua infância. Nele, ela se via brincando como uma menina, vestindo roupas que sempre desejou usar. Eu sempre fui ela, sussurrou para si mesma ao acordar, sentindo uma onda de compreensão e libertação.
Elon felt the weight of the distance growing between him and Vivian. Determined to bridge the gap, he attended a local LGBTQ+ support event, where he met a father sharing a similar journey. "It's tough to accept change," the father said, his voice heavy with emotion. "But love must prevail." Inspired, Elon decided to film a heartfelt message for Vivian, vowing to always support her choices, regardless of his own fears. Vivian returned from her retreat, feeling a mix of anticipation and confusion as she sat down to watch the video from Elon. The emotional sincerity in his words pierced her heart, yet the distance between them loomed large. She turned to her newfound friends, sharing her feelings about reconnecting with her father. "What if he doesn't understand me?" she asked, her voice trembling. One friend replied, "You have to be honest with him. He loves you." Encouraged, Vivian decided to write a letter to Elon, pouring out her insecurities and longing for a real conversation. "I need him to know who I really am," she thought, as she carefully crafted her words.
Elon sente seu coração disparar ao abrir a carta de Vivian. As palavras dela tocam suas profundezas emocionais, revelando sua vulnerabilidade. "Pai, preciso de você", ele lê em voz alta, a voz embargada. No parque, a atmosfera é pesada. "Vivian, eu..." Elon começa, hesitante. "Eu só quero entender." Vivian respira fundo. "É difícil, pai. Sinto que não sou quem todos esperam." Ele a observa, percebendo a luta interna. "Eu só quero que você seja feliz", ele diz, os olhos marejados. "Mas e se eu não souber como lidar com isso?" "Eu também tenho medo", Vivian confessa, a voz trêmula. "Às vezes, sinto que estou me perdendo." Elon se aproxima, o desejo de conexão transparecendo.
"Estamos juntos nisso. Podemos descobrir juntos."
As palavras flutuam entre eles, carregadas de emoção. "Você ainda é minha filha", ele afirma, a sinceridade em seu olhar. "E você ainda é meu pai", ela responde, sentindo-se mais leve, como se um peso tivesse sido retirado. Eles trocam histórias de insegurança e aceitação, criando um espaço seguro para a vulnerabilidade. "Eu não quero perder você", Elon admite, a voz baixa. "Mas eu preciso aprender a aceitar quem você é agora." "Eu quero que você faça parte disso", Vivian responde, um sorriso tímido surgindo enquanto a tensão diminui. "Eu só preciso de tempo." "Eu estou aqui", Elon assegura, um novo entendimento surgindo entre eles.
"Sempre estarei."
A conversa flui, revelando medos, esperanças e um amor incondicional que os une, um passo significativo em direção à reconciliação.
As Vivian and Elon sat on the park bench, a gentle breeze rustled the leaves overhead. "Dad," Vivian began, her voice quivering, "sometimes I doubt if I'm truly me. The world's expectations weigh heavily on me." Elon looked at her, his heart aching. "I understand, Vivian. I fear losing the daughter I once knew, but my love for you remains unchanged." Tears welled in her eyes. "What if I'm just following a trend?" she asked, vulnerability etched on her face. Elon took a deep breath. "It's okay to question. Just know that you're my child, no matter what." Vivian hugged herself, seeking comfort. "I feel so lost sometimes." He reached out, placing a hand on her shoulder. "You're not alone. I'm here for you, always." Their eyes locked, and the silence spoke volumes. "I wish you could see yourself as I see you," he added softly. "You're brave, and that's what matters." Vivian sighed, feeling the weight lift slightly. "But what if I make the wrong choice?" Elon shook his head. "Every choice shapes us. I trust you to find your path." They exchanged a long look, both searching for reassurance. "I just want to be happy," she whispered. "Then let's explore that together," he replied, his tone earnest. With newfound determination, they embraced tightly, feeling a bridge of understanding form between them. Vivian stood nervously at the front of the room, her heart racing as she prepared to share her new identity with her father. "Dad, I want you to know that my name is now Vivian Jenna Wilson. This is who I truly am." Elon looked at her, his expression a mix of awe and pride. "I love you, Vivian. I'm so proud of you." Later, in a cozy dining room, Elon gathered close friends and family to celebrate Vivian's journey. The table was adorned with flowers and candles, creating a warm and inviting atmosphere. As they sat down to dinner, the air buzzed with excitement and nervousness. Vivian took a deep breath, her hands trembling slightly. "Thank you all for being here tonight. It means the world to me." She glanced at Elon, who nodded encouragingly. "I've struggled for so long to accept myself, and your support has made all the difference." Elon raised his glass, his voice steady yet emotional. "To Vivian, for her courage and authenticity. We're all here to support you, now and always." The room erupted in warm applause, filling Vivian with a sense of belonging. As the night progressed, Vivian shared stories of her journey, detailing both the struggles and triumphs. "It hasn't been easy," she admitted, her voice wavering. "But I've learned to embrace who I am, and I couldn't have done it without you all." Tears brimmed in Elon's eyes as he watched his daughter speak with such passion. When the moment arrived for her to conclude, she stepped forward, her gaze fixed on her father. "Dad, I want to thank you for your love and support. You've shown me that acceptance starts at home." Elon stood, his heart swelling with pride. "I will always be here for you, Vivian. You are my daughter, and nothing will ever change that." They embraced tightly, tears of joy streaming down their faces, marking a new beginning for both of them. The guests cheered, and the atmosphere shifted from tension to celebration. Laughter and joy filled the room as they shared stories and memories. Vivian felt a profound sense of relief, knowing that she was accepted for who she was. As the evening came to a close, Elon pulled Vivian aside. "This is just the beginning of your journey, and I'll be right here beside you every step of the way." Vivian smiled, her heart full. "I couldn't ask for a better father." In that moment, both knew they had crossed a significant threshold, embracing not only their love for one another, but also the beauty of authenticity and acceptance.